You're listening to the Cambridge Insider Podcast. In this episode, hosts Mariah and Stephen welcome us back to another school year with a market update and exciting Cambridge news. This episode is sponsored by Archbishop Williams High School. Archbishop Williams High School is a co-educational Catholic school in Braintree, Massachusetts. The school endeavors to educate young men and women spiritually, intellectually, ethically, and physically. With a prime location on the U.S. East Coast, Archbishop Williams offers a renowned international program. Thanks for listening.
Cambridge Insider podcast time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to season 4 of the Cambridge Insider podcast. Not in my wildest dreams would I have thought that we would be kicking off season 4. But I think it's clearly been a very valuable resource for all of our school partners, for all of our students, the host families, the natural parents, everybody that's associated with what we do at Cambridge. And that's good to know. And long may that continue, that this can be a place where you can just get market updates, where you can understand what we do here at Cambridge, and where you can hopefully inform some of the decisions that you make around your international education journey. Mariah Thompson, my co-host. How does it feel to be back for season 4?
Feels great. I'm a little sad that summer's over, but we'll get through because it just means it's another school year start. But excited to be back. I really can't believe season 4. That's wild. It's really wild.
It is wild. We will not make mention of the fact that summer is over, but it is exciting because with the end of the summer becomes the start of a new academic year at so many of our school partners. Mariah, a lot has been happening at Cambridge. We unfortunately have not been able to take the summer off. Can you maybe just give our listeners a brief idea of what's been happening in and around Cambridge Network?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch back. If you're new and are just joining us, if you're a new school partner or new to the international student market, just to give you a simple version of what Stephen said, this is things that you want to know, and then there are definitely things that you need to know if you're in this sphere at all. And especially if you're a Cambridge partner, we want to update you with what we're doing. Especially on the school side. I know that you guys are super busy. This is an easy way for you guys just to stay connected with our partnership. I know some might just listen to it on their drive into school or when they get some time in the office. So this is a great way for you to stay connected to us, know how we're supporting you, and know how we are keeping an update on your program. So that being said, I wanted to give a little announcement of our team has been doing some great updates this summer. Like Stephen said, we don't take it off, and we're just continuously looking for ways to improve, especially coming off of the pandemic. We had to make a lot of changes in how we do services, and now that we're on the other side of it, a couple years out, we're getting to go back to just having some top quality services and improving, as well as adjusting to the changes that people made while they're in the pandemic. We realized you didn't need so much, and we just improved it that way. So the first thing I wanted to update y'all with is we have a Cambridge calendar that will be launching out to our students. And the purpose of this, and I want to make sure I hit all the points, so I'm going to read it. It centralizes all the community resources, improves the students' time management skills, offers tangible service to our students. It's a sufficient time to plan and coordinate events, create a platform so every student has the ability to see their schedules. And there's a couple components to the schedule. They'll have the Cambridge calendar, so everything that we offer for the students and even the host families will be on that calendar. And then we will have it personalized for the student. So there'll be different birthdays that are in there for their host families, different host activities that they can do, when their local support coordinator will be visiting, when their family education advisor will be checking in with them, and their arrival and school dates. So it really does keep the students on track, but also just know how much support they actually are getting throughout the year. And then as well as that, we will put their school calendar on this calendar. So clubs, sports signups, test dates, school holidays, and just local school events will also be on that calendar because we both know that it's the best for an international student when they're involved in school. So we just wanted to have a one-stop shop for our students to get the best experience because we do see the students that are most involved have the greatest success. So we just want to set them up with the tools and resources to do that, as well as the host families in school as well. And then one other thing,
I just wanted to stop you there because I love what you said is that, the students that are more involved are the ones that have the most success. And I think sometimes, specifically our school partners sometimes get hung up on how many international students are we getting? Why are recruitment numbers not where they are meant to be? What can we do to energize and help that and recruit more international kids? We want them. Yeah, it's great for the financial standing of the school, but of course we add that incredible community and diversity. My first question to a school would be, are you helping your students getting engaged with these types of services? Because, we're doing so many great things for students at Cambridge to get involved. And as you said, ultimately, that means a successful student, a student that has a great experience. And guess what that means for a school partner? That means that student goes home. He talks to his agent. He talks to his family. He talks to his friends. He talks to the agency that sent him. And that is marketing gold. In the marketing world, we love to talk about marketing gold. That is the high standard of word of mouth, and people will start requesting your program. Why? Because the student had a great experience. And that great experience starts with, are they engaged? Are they involved? Are they taking, or participating in all these great extra events that not only Cambridge, but the school provides? So schools, if you're listening and you want to increase your enrollment, your recruitment, start small, engage with your students, get them involved in these types of services.
Yes. One way that we've been noticing that helps students get involved in school is if they're shy or they're still adjusting to the cultural change. Cambridge Care offers many resources for them to get plugged in with other international schools, students, and it's really encouraging to see how they're encouraging each other. It's like, okay, we're going to meet together once a month or once every 2 weeks, and we're going to encourage each other to go out and to be in the school. So if you're not aware of our Cambridge Care, we have a video. I'll actually put it in the link in the bio, so you can see all our services. But we did add 2 more services this year for Cambridge Care, which are care advising, which is more one-on-one services. If a student does need that one-on-one mentor on that path, if a class really isn't enough, they need that one-on-one. So we have care advising, and then we have care lab workshops, which allows them to explore different areas that they want to grow in and have opportunities to grow in that. So we have that as well. And then I also quickly wanted to touch on the use of our local support coordinators for schools to just an ease in mind that we do have people in the cities and your locations that are there for, there's a required amount of check-ins, but they also are there for emergencies as well. We have noticed that in the areas that a lot of the students are involved and then they are checking in care, they don't need these people as much just because they're maintaining a healthy environment. But sometimes life happens and they need them. So we still do have them, and our team has prepared them for the year. So that's just an update on what to expect from Cambridge. On the support side, many of you are on here also to get to understand the recruitment side. So Stephen, can you give a little update or a practical update on what the market is looking like for our school international student recruitment strategies?
Absolutely. And just a quick shout out to our teams that have been working through the summer to launch some of those new exciting initiatives that we have at Cambridge. Get involved. That's the message from this podcast, is get involved. There's so many great services that can meet so many student, host family, and school needs. On the market side, great news is that the market continues to see that recovery, right? We've seen the beginning of that trend towards the end of the school year, that the market continues to recover. More and more students are coming into the country, are exploring options of studying in the country. We've had by far and away the most interest that we've had since the beginning of the pandemic. which is excellent. In saying that, that's a market recovery that we predicted and that we absolutely needed and wanted, and that's great news. The market remains incredibly competitive, and to a degree, because of involvement in so many other countries that are offering great international study options, it remains competitive, but also a little saturated in the US. So what that means, again, for our schools and for our school partners, is really the need for them to explore the digital side of marketing and recruitment. I say this over and over again, and we said this in season 3, we touched on it numerous times, but the market is now by far and away a digital market. If you are not involved somehow in that digital space, meaning you are connecting with students digitally online, you are connecting with students through social media platforms and live events, if you're not doing that, you are likely losing out, and you will see somewhat of a stalemate of the number of students that are interested in your program, and ultimately the number of students that are recruited and sending applications to your program. So get involved in the digital side. If you are looking for how to do that, we at Cambridge are absolutely offering our Cambridge Enhanced Marketing Program, our Global College Connect program for colleges that are interested in that digital world. And again, our big advice is just get involved in the digital side. That's where the market is. That's where the interest is. That's where you can connect with students that are seriously interested in coming to visit and study at your program.
Yeah. So, Stephen, I know it's a good time, like in a school schedule and in the timeline of recruiting, it's a good time if a school, well, it's always good to add on the marketing, but it really is a crucial time to do it now. So if a school were to sign on CEM or Cambridge Enhanced Marketing right now, what could they expect to see in the first few months of onboarding?
That's a great question, Mariah. So, the beginning of the school year is just a great time for schools to share experiences of what student life and international student life is like on their campus, right? If you're an international student, you're traveling thousands of miles to a new country. You've possibly never been there. You possibly don't speak the language that well, right? It's not your mother tongue. There are concerns there. There's a certain amount of anxiety that goes along with that for both you and your natural parents that are at home. And guess what? The agent that sent you as well. So a big promotion of ours in the next couple of weeks and couple of months will be sharing some of the experiences of what orientation was like at a school, how new students were able to find their place in that rhythm of a school campus, and what that first day experience, first week, first month experience was like for an international student. That is quality marketing information that our students, the potential families that are looking for international education, want to know. They want to know that if I go to a school in Boston, or if I go to a school on the West Coast, this is the experience that I'm going to have. I'm going to be looked after. I'm going to make new friends. I'm going to go to an orientation for the first week. I'm going to be able to explore the local community. These are some of the classes and some of the class schedules and how we work that out. That is incredibly important information in terms of the marketing cycle and getting that information out to potential applicants. The important thing is those experiences happen everywhere, on every single campus, and they are great experiences. The problem for many schools is, where do I put those experiences? How do I make the general public aware of the fact that they are having these incredible experiences on my campus? If you're part of Cambridge Enhanced Marketing, guess what? We're going to plaster that on social media. We're going to have thousands and thousands of people engaging, seeing these videos, seeing these photos, seeing these explanations of orientation programs. So that's certainly something that we would be focusing on and are currently focusing on with our Cambridge Enhanced Marketing partners. The other thing that I will quickly mention that is incredibly exciting is all of our Cambridge Enhanced Marketing partners have the opportunity to travel abroad, to travel to China, Vietnam, and Korea with us to go and do in-person marketing, networking events with our local teams in those countries. The reason why we've made this available to our Cambridge Enhanced Marketing partners is because we work in collaboration with our schools so incredibly hard to build this digital presence, to build this brand digitally, that when we can get schools there in person, that digital presence, that digital brand becomes a reality for so many students, so many families, so many agents that have seen you online, that have experienced your social media posts, that have gotten to know you and your program so well. Now suddenly they're seeing you in person. It's almost a complete marketing cycle for us. So, I'm incredibly excited to say we are taking, I think around the number at this stage is about 12 schools separately to China, Vietnam, and Korea, at the end of October. And we're just incredibly excited to kick that part of Cambridge Enhanced Marketing off. So, that's another thing that CEM partners will have access to if they were to sign up with us.
Yeah, I love that you said it's the full package of marketing, because yes, we promote digital marketing so much and you really need it to have a steadfast program, but in person really does add that like next level to that. It's like the added gold touch to the marketing. So I'm glad you pointed that out too, because those trips really do enhance it for them. I can't remember. Are you going on the trip?
I will be in Vietnam and Korea at the end of October. So I'm excited to connect with, again, a great group of school partners that we're taking them, all of our CEM partners that are going on that trip. We are just in the middle of just planning and organizing with our local team. So there's a lot flying around, but everybody's super excited. We've got some great events, in-person events, networking events, meeting with agencies, that we're going to be doing. The other part of the trips, both to China and then to Vietnam and Korea, that are so incredibly important is we give our school officials, number one, the experience of what that local culture is like, right? Being thousands of miles away, understanding the culture, understanding maybe why your students, behave in a certain way, why they view the world in a certain way. And that's something that I can tell you about it, but once you experience it, that's real life quality information. And what we see is many of our school partners coming back to the US after those trips, having met with alumni, having met with some of the parents, having met with potential new students and agents, and tailoring their approaches, tailoring their programs a little bit, tailoring the way in which they interview, knowing how to speak in interviews that are going to be, that's going to really ring a bell with some of the people that you talk to. So it's a win-win on both sides, and we're just super excited to be sending a group over there.
Amazing. Can't wait to hear how it goes. And I also can't wait to hear about all the food you eat, because I know you eat.
I'm absolutely very, very excited to be experiencing some of that food. I think our local teams are sick of me asking, what about this? Can we eat this? So, but we are really looking forward to it. Mariah, as we come to the end of this first episode of season 4, any final thoughts from your side? I think we've given a great overview of what's happening. We're excited to engage with our school partners and students and hosts. Any final thoughts from your side?
Yeah, I just wanted to invite everyone to our first Connecting Communities event on October 4th. Sent out emails to all our partners, as well as post on our socials. I'll put a link in the bio as well for registration, but all are welcomed for a night of connecting with school officials, host families, students, natural parents, and Cambridge team. It's always a good time.
That is absolutely awesome. So excited about that. Will you be able to post some information on that as well, just for anybody that maybe didn't get an email in our show notes?
Yep.
And then, as always, if there are questions, if you want us to deal with specific topics, if you just want to get in touch with us and ask questions, have a look at our show notes. We'll put some basic information in there for how to get in touch with us. And we are looking forward to a great school year. Thank you to everybody that's been working off season, both students and hosts and families and schools. And we'll catch you around the next episode of the Cambridge Insider podcast. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Cambridge Insider podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode. For more Cambridge updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Have a great week and stay connected.